What is up, people? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm just going to kind of go through a few bits that I have to do. I've got to ship some parcels, head to the warehouse, get some work done. Thought it'd be interesting to just kind of show you. This is not a day in the life or anything, because it's already 10 a.m. I already feel like I've had a full day's work. I've been up since about 5. So yeah, I just want to show you a few interesting bits. Hopefully got some nice parcels to package up, and we can just talk about some upcoming releases and recent releases. Nothing too crazy. I've just been quite enjoying making YouTube videos, and the last couple of them have been very informative. Not that that's a bad thing by any means, but it's actually quite hard to sort of prepare for those videos. They've been quite intense in regards to the amount of information I've been giving out, which thank you guys for your feedback, because you have hopefully been enjoying them. One of the comments actually said something about you're giving away too much information or something along those lines. So obviously I appreciate that support, but I'm here to share my experience. What's the point of becoming, I guess, professional in an industry if you don't then share tips and tricks for the sort of younger generation and people coming up through the ranks? So yeah, just gonna head off to the studio. I'm in the dad wagon today. I've got an Audi A6 estate, which is sort of like one of the daily cars, I guess. I actually got rid of my Tesla now, and I am waiting for a BYD C Line 7. It should be here in about a week's time or 2 weeks. So at the moment, yeah, just driving this around on the daily. Here we are at the studio. You guys will have seen this by now. I just had to go pick up a few different pairs of shoes and items from our other storage units and warehouses. Thought I'd bring them here. I've got some work to do, but then I'll also package them up and show you some of the sales we've had. This week's been mental, mostly for TCG. If you don't know what TCG is, that is trading card games. So things like Pokemon, One Piece, among others, Riftband as well is a big one at the moment. So yeah, it's been a crazy week, and I won't bore you by just telling you every single thing that's happened, but there's been a lot of profit to be made, a lot of drops, a lot of restocks, all of that good stuff. So I'll show you some bits. I'll get on with some work for a little bit, and then I'll show you some of the parcels I'm packaging up, and also do a little recap of some drops recently. So this is by far the best label printer I think you can get. It's the Brother QL111. There's a few different versions. This is the Wi-Fi Bluetooth version. To be honest, I don't use that, I just plug it in, but I've had so many label printers, I couldn't tell you how many, especially like the Moonbin ones. In fairness, they're not dreadful, but if you're someone that ships off 10, 20, 30 parcels at a time and you need a reliable label printer, highly recommend investing in one that's actually good like this one, because yeah, as I say, I can't tell you how many of the cheaper ones I went through, and taught me a lot of lessons, wasted a lot of rolls of labels and a lot of stress. These are, I'm not sure the price on them, they're quite expensive. You don't need a label printer. If you're someone that's just starting out reselling, maybe you don't ship that many parcels, then don't worry about it. A label printer is a little bit of a luxury, to be honest, and I see so many people, they get like 5 sales. They've never resold before. They get 5 sales for the first time ever, and they're like, what label printer should I buy? Chill, man, chill. Yeah, you don't need one, but when you're up at a decent scale and level, then definitely well worth getting. Not just for the money that it saves you on ink and paper, but just the hassle of having to cut up pieces of paper, use sellotape. Label print is perfect. So the first couple of shoes are the Trauma Air Max 95s, also known as the Cortez Honey Blacks. If you don't know why I say Trauma, it's because a lot of resellers got burnt on this release. Thankfully I didn't, but that's because I have patience and the capital to not get burnt. But essentially, a lot of stock released of these, people went too crazy on them, and returning to Cortez is not really an easy process, whilst with EU consumer law they technically have to allow returns after 14 days of purchasing. You have to like email them and contact them, and it's kind of complicated. So a lot of people ended up just like holding on to them, thinking they were going to go up in value, and then having to sell them for under retail because everyone was just panicking. Basically, the people that bought these shoes to resell were not very experienced. I think people got carried away, overextended themselves. There's so many different explanations, but the essence is that the supply was actually kind of higher than the demand on these because they upped the stock quantities from the previous 95 releases. That aside, it's a great shoe. The release rollout was great. It's a nice design, and thankfully I'm actually profiting, I guess, because I had some patience to actually hold on to them a little bit. Over Christmas I was getting like 220 to 240 payout on platforms. The price has dropped down a little bit now, but these are a UK 12. I got bigger sizes, thankfully. These are a UK 12, and I think I got £212 payout, so 180 retail including shipping. So yeah, that's actually not bad profit at all. But like I say, a lot of people did get burnt on these. Anyway, I got distracted. So that's 4 pairs of Cortez, and the total profit across all of them, I always do this without, I can't do mental maths, £111 profit for 4 pairs. It's nothing crazy, but it's good to get the pairs gone. I still have so many of them, so any sales for me are good on these. Another thing that I think a lot of people slept on, well, didn't think about, I guess is the better term to use. Most of the pairs came with these tote bags for free, and you can sell these for between 15 to 20, 25 pounds. Kind of varies depending on the platform, but it's a huge way that you can actually make profit from this pair of shoes, because as I say, the profit margins on the shoes themselves are not that great, but I got like 100 of these, so yeah, easy money. I actually need to get these listed, that's reminded me. So a lot of people are talking about, including myself, talking about the revival of Vans and how big of a year the Vans are predicted to have. They had a good year last year as well. We've been reselling a lot of Vans in the group, and just found these Vans Old School Size collaboration from, I don't even know when, a long time ago, but there's always been a little bit of profit in certain Vans. These were like probably 2018 or 2019, round about that. Probably worth about 20p now, but yeah, just found a couple pairs of them. No word of a lie, I can't peel the label off. My nails are too short, and I've been here for about 10 minutes trying to get the, oh, there you go, done it. I was about to say I'm gonna have to go home and ask my wife to do them. Well, it's not going too well over here. I've just run out of tape, and the nearest shop's like 15 minutes away. Gonna go run, grab some tape, package these parcels up. I won't bore you with that, there's nothing really interesting to show. But what I will do is I'm gonna go check in on a friend of mine. His warehouse is local to here, and it's been a while since we've caught up. Now, they run a business. I don't think I've ever shown this on YouTube or TikTok. I have like filmed a few times there, and I just don't think it's made it to any of the videos. They basically buy and sell discounted designer clothes, and then they sell them on various different platforms: eBay, Vestiaire Collective, Grailed. They're big sellers on all these platforms that a lot of people don't even use. It's a very niche market, but very profitable business, and also some really interesting items. So I'll take the camera with me, and hopefully we can have a look at what they've got in at the moment, what's doing well for them, and maybe have a little chat. So what we've got here, Lewis?
This right here is a what's the guy behind Chanel that died?
Karl Lagerfeld.
That's it, Karl Lagerfeld. He's had one of these as well. The one
is it actual? You can't really see it on the camera. Is it sequin or diamond?
Yeah, fully sequined and velvet and chains.
What was the RRP on it?
Over 15,000.
15 grand.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh wait, this is also sequined.
Yeah, fully sequined. This one is also sequined.
Are these all Saint Laurent?
Yeah, Hedi Slimane period. This
knowledge.
one, I think on Sotheby's, is it called?
Yeah, Sotheby's.
His personal one went for 40k.
Wow. So that's actually a famous piece.
Yeah, it is. But obviously it's for the right person sort of thing, so it might
So-
be there for a while.
I always end up buying Cold Bucks and stuff when I come, because it's a good price. Oh, that's a good tee. What's on the back? Something?
It's just plain.
Is it?
It's plain. That's the Selfridges one. This one's another.
I don't see this Selfridges one. That's not my colour, but that's nice.
Yeah, there's a brand version of that too, which I'd wear. Sportswear again. We sold one of these over retail on Whatnot, believe it.
How much?
Like 102.
Really?
Yeah.
On Whatnot?
Yeah, because
It's actually a nice tee.
It is. There was a few people fighting for it, and it went that high. And I fully expected there would have been like transaction went through, but they wouldn't pay.
But they actually did.
But they actually
and
did.
it's not been returned.
Yeah. This is like the more lightweight shit.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Heavy. That's a nice one.
That is nice. What size is that? Large.
Large.
I'm dreadful with white t-shirts though.
Old English logo. Yeah, here's the thing. We sell the black shirt straight away. That's a large.
Is that thinner or is that good?
That's heavyweight.
Oh, this is the one. Although I don't know, I'm sometimes medium though. It depends.
I think this one's sick. That's like an army.
And has that got that on the back?
Yeah, in
Yeah,
big.
different. Small though. I'm not really showing the scale. Yeah, so Lewis also collects loads of shoes. You've got an interesting taste in shoes.
Yeah,
I would say.
I mean, I stick to New Balance mostly.
New Balance, Asics, a lot of like Kith
Very
collaborations. Are these the new Action Bronsons or are they fuel cells?
I'm not a big fan of the newest one.
No, neither.
Yeah, they just look like too retro for me. That makes sense.
What we got? I'm trying to see if I can spot any. What are these?
They're old.
Oh, you've got the
85.
Marvel stuff,
Yeah,
the
that's
Kith
that
stuff.
pack with 2 pairs. They're cool. You remember when Crooked Tongues was about?
Crooked Tongues, yeah.
That's one pair right there that they did a collab
What the
with
red?
Balance.
These?
Just above the double pack. Just above the double pack. Where it says Confederation of Villainy or whatever.
What year is that from?
Yeah, that pair is old as fuck to the point where I'm concerned that they might crack.
Let's have a look.
It's a sick box. Like,
There's just
they had a tattoo artist design these boxes.
Yeah, this is actually very cool.
I'm scared.
A
that the
box within a
itself will
box.
be damaged. Yeah.
Sorry, how old did you say these are?
It's from the 2000s.
Oh wow.
They're still brand new, which is crazy. These are called Black Swords.
Let me see.
I think it's 100 pairs.
Is that carbon? It's like a
It's
carbon
fiber
fiber.
print, yeah. I mean,
Are these your size?
yeah.
You buy everything in your size and never
I
wear
do.
any of it.
That's why I struggle to find shit all the time. And my size is like the size that everyone gets for some reason. Like it's.
What is
like
it,
it's
10?
Sell out. UK 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a UK 10, so I'm the same.
It's a struggle, man. There's a lot of. You can find stuff easier, but it's generally the highest priced stuff.
I haven't actually seen these.
So
Not that they're.
They're pretty good.
Is that how you say his name?
So, yeah. I think
Saleh.
it is.
I've always said like Salehi or Salihi.
I'll be honest. I wouldn't.
There's a lot of stuff here anyway. I won't go through all of it. I should have a look around.
Yeah, not so bad. You saw the 993 Game Leon Door pair, didn't you?
What, the
The
recent
ones that you
ones?
had to pre-order.
Have you got them?
Yeah.
Where? In the office? Oh, so this is your reselling shoes.
Yeah, except I don't really resell shoes much at all. Yeah, this pair.
They're nice.
They're beauty.
Yeah. What, and you don't want to keep these?
No, they're mine.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Did these just come?
So I got them somewhere in December after I saw you last time. I like that as well.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
So I hope that you enjoyed that little tour of Lewis's warehouse. You will probably see him a little bit more frequently. We had a long chat at the end there, which is kind of why it cut off. Essentially talking about live streaming platforms. He uses Tilt. I've used Whatnot in the past. Those of you that have been following for a while will maybe have tuned into our streams. I have a love-hate relationship with it. A lot of the product that I sell is fairly high value, and I feel as though Whatnot and Tilt definitely favour cheaper product, which is absolutely fine. It's just not really my business model as such. However, there may be an opportunity there where me and Lewis kind of come together to do a stream. He's obviously got loads of clothes, and then I would have a load of shoes. I do have cheap shoes too, don't get me wrong, not everything's £300, but yeah, it's a bit of a risky business model for me to sell the sort of stock I do through live streaming platforms. Don't get me wrong, I think that the platforms are great if you build up an audience and you're getting product for the right price. So yeah, something to think about. If I can be persuaded, we may do a Whatnot stream or Tilt stream together. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that. Just got back home. It is 6 p.m. I've got football tonight, 5-a-side, so I'll probably do an hour more work. I may actually film a talk through of the new Supreme preview. I posted a TikTok yesterday just of the accessories and it blew up. And I didn't even get a chance to go through the whole collection one by one. I love doing that. It's a big sort of, I guess, tradition. Someone that's been around the reselling streetwear game for so long. So yeah, I may do that, and I won't include that in this video because it will be probably 20 minutes long. So yeah, keep an eye out on the channel if you're interested in that. The Supreme SS26 live preview. I'll go through it, give you my thoughts about everything, all the items, my favorite items, etc. So yeah, I might shoot off and do that now, and I'll probably leave this YouTube video here because yeah, I can't really think exactly what I've done today. Not a huge amount on camera, but I did. The thing is, I tried to smash out as much of my like deep work and admin and coding and stuff first thing in the morning. Start about 7:30, go to gym 5:30. That old cliche guy. But I don't know if any of you care, to be honest, but I'm fairly proud. I've lost a stone so far. If you go back about 3 or 4 videos, is probably where I was talking about me wanting to go down, you know, a bit of a healthier path, lose some weight, get fit. So that's the update. Lost a stone, which is pretty good. That was in 5 weeks. So I think that's like a healthy, maintainable weight loss. But yeah, thanks as always for tuning into the YouTube video. Hope you're enjoying a little bit more frequency. And yeah, like, subscribe, share the video, and we'll see you in the next one.